and ready to go, making sure I don't forget to take that to work with me. And everything that I brought on Friday is going back to work. I worked on 3 things. So not bad, but I was, I don't regret bringing any of it. So I know you understand. Okay, so as you can see, this was the goal for today. I've taken apart all of the seams. I've de-stuffed it. I have ironed it. I've pressed it from the back. So that's my, that's what I'm working with. I have found my velveteen. This is beautiful ecru. It's been folded in the package, so I'm going to use a damp cloth and a good steam press, and from the back, just give it another really thorough press. However, that's where I'm gonna leave it for today. And tomorrow I will have a look for preform, some kind of pillow. I'm thinking it's gonna be maybe 18 by 13, something like that. So success, progress. Happy day 9, Flossmas, Vlogmas, holiday countdown. So today, day 9, before I get to the card, I thought, I've been meaning to do this for a couple of days and I keep forgetting. I had some questions about our beautiful ornament this year. What did the letters mean? Anno is Latin for year. So year 2025. And of course, those are all of our 3 business initials: Modern Folk Embroidery, Roxy Floss Co., and Evertote. So I hope that you loved your ornament and your needle minder this year. We did have these made locally to us here in the London area, and these acrylic minders and ornaments, they turned out so beautifully. The colors were just, yeah, it was a lot of fun watching these come together. So hope you love them. Okay, the card for the day. Card for today. The image is a woodcut print of St. Martin by an anonymous artist in Germany from the 15th century, and it is also, like yesterday, from the collection of the Met in New York. And here it is. So intricate, and the detail in this is astonishing. So Jacob has chosen some wonderful images for us this year. The floss for today, this is one of my favorite Roxy Flossco catalog colors. This is Make a Splash. Look at that blue. I've used this floss a few times now in a couple of different charts, and it never gets old. I just love this color. Love this color. So it's looking really beautiful with the rest of the palette. And stitching for the day. Ta-da! Oh, today was fun. Today was really fun. Okay, so pretty straightforward. We had, of course, the fill-in on our 4 corner flowers, and we stitched a couple of bird heads and bodies on either side. And of course, make sure that you have your orientation correct when you are stitching. Make sure that you always have your top where it needs to be, because now we are starting to fill in. Direction will matter. I had to laugh when several of you left me really funny comments about my carrying my threads, because as you well know, that is not something that I like to do. And I'm not going to lie to you. The fact that I know those loose threads are back there is kind of bothering me. So, I've made myself a promise. If at the end of this, they are still looser and exposed, more exposed than I would like, I'm going to fix them. However, they are going to stay like that for now. But I'll let you in on a little Caroline quirk secret. I did not, I had to bury threads here. Now I didn't clip and restart, but I did, I'll show you what I did. I think you can see. I started over with that single stitch that was off to the side, and then I did carry the thread up to the next level. So we did jump a row, stitched down to the bottom. No, stitched to the top. No, wrong way around. Stitched to the bottom. I carried the thread underneath a few strands here to bring it up and down there. So I did, instead of just jumping across those two lines of cherry on top, I did catch the thread in the very corner of the flower, both times that I did the angle. So the only place where I skipped over a stitch was in the middle. So from the front, I think it's maybe easier to tell from the front, I did skip a row from here to here, here to there, and then there to there. But I did not skip from here. So it would have been here to here. I just caught the thread under there and then came up here and came there. So I know it's finicky, it's fussy, but it's what I like to do. It pleases me that it's neat and tidy. So I'm well aware that those threads are back there. They're kind of bothering me, but I also recognize that there are lots of you who carry your threads, and I wanted to make sure that, you know, everybody felt included. Because it's absolutely fine to carry your threads if that's what you like to do. There are no rules. You can carry your threads. So yeah, quite funny. So just a note about the flosses. The floss pack that we have so far, as I'm sure you've noticed, if you didn't already know this, we did try to mention it a few times through the last few months, that many of the flosses, so half of the flosses in this countdown are core collection flosses, because the colors that Jacob needed for the chart already existed in Carrie's floss catalog. So rather than try to reinvent the wheel and create a shade that was like only just very, very slightly different, we used colors in the core collection that are already very standard and they just work in the palette. So from the flosses that we have gotten so far, the ones that are not in the regular collection are Marble, Brine, English Ivy, Lemon Zest, Rise and Pine, and Cherry on Top. So Leah has listed our leftover flosses from those flosses that have been new, that haven't, that are not in the catalog. Some of these will be coming to the regular collection, but the leftover flosses that are for sale now in the shop are this dye lot. So what the plan is that we will sell the remainder of what we have of this dye lot, double check the ones that we want to add to the regular collection, re-dye, make sure that the color is where it needs to be, and then it will be added to the regular collection. So there's not a lot, and we still have envelopes packed and ready to ship because we still have people purchasing countdown boxes, so we can't unpack everything. But the ones that are unpacked that are leftovers, and there's not a lot, but of those flosses that I just named, so Marble, Brine, English Ivy. I know for sure that English Ivy will not be coming back because we already have a really robust set of greens in the collection. So English Ivy, this is definitely not going to be making it to the regular collection. So if you love this floss, it's in the shop now. Lemon Zest. This one is likely coming to the regular collection because it kind of fills a bit of a hole. And Rise and Pine, again, this one probably will not be coming back. Now, Cherry on Top, this one might come back because, frankly, it's close to maraschino, but it's a lot more variegated than maraschino, and I I love it. So this one might come back as my request, that it's kind of a maraschino pumped up version that has much more variegation to the floss. So I love this one. And then of course Make a Splash. This is a staple. Love this one. Okay, so there you have it. That's the floss pack so far. What's to come? I have, I was going to show you what else I was working on this weekend. I mentioned that I worked on 3 projects, but I didn't show them to you. One of them, of course, was my countdown. So that one you've seen. So I'm going to roll this up now, and I'm going to show you what else I was working on. I've been doing some stitching for checking conversions, and one of the big ones that there are a series of 4 Quaker seasons by Leela Studio, and we have all 4 Hannah has done floss conversions for all 4 of them. Carrie is stitching the autumn Quakers, and I am going to be stitching. So Carrie, we're each taking 2. And these are, like, trust me, long-term projects, but we need to see how the floss conversions look on, how does the palette look when we're selling these large-scale floss packs. We need to check that everything works well together. So Carrie's going to be doing the autumn and the summer Quaker, and I'm going to be doing the winter and the spring Quaker. So, and I'm telling you, I had a hard time putting this down on Sunday. I almost didn't get my countdown stitching done because I was so, I just, one more thread, one more little section. And of course we went and got the Christmas tree as well. So I had to make myself stop. Of course, it was a real struggle, right, to do the countdown stitching. Of course it wasn't. It was a pleasure, but this is just going to be so good. Let me see if it's upside down. I think it's okay. Yep, there's my little skater. So I have the first skater in. For me, it's unusual that I started in the middle because normally I start in the bottom left. However, I feel like this piece is, the middle section is just so important to how this piece develops. So the place to make sure that all the colors work together is that central motif. And so I think the colors are coming out okay. But if you've never seen this chart, let me show you the the cover. Show you the cover. Nope, that's not it. Hang on. It's all mixed up in my, here it is. Look at that. Isn't that something? That is just something else. Really, really, really good. So Leela has charted this for, it's got a full DMC palette. And so the cover model stitched in DMC, and it's beautiful. Our job is to convert and see the palette in Roxy Flossco palette, because that's what Carrie dyes and that's what we use. And so Carrie did this conversion because I asked her really nicely. And Hannah was super busy with an opera a few weeks back, and I was impatient and I wanted to start it right away. So I asked Carrie, because she'd done the conversion for Autumn Quakers for herself. And she said actually that a lot of the colors were kind of uh, reminiscent in between the two samplers so far. So isn't that middle section? I can't wait to watch this come to life. So I'm trying to finish up this second house here and fill in more of the lake here, the ice for the skater, and a little bit more of maybe the trees beside there, because this edge here, that's the edge of the circle, and this hardly took any time at all. It's really, really effective design work, very miniature, but really well done, so that it's instantly recognizable as a little skater and a little lake. And yeah, the houses, it's clever. So it achieves that with not too many stitches, which I think is really pretty cool. And apparently um, in the literature that Leila has written about this chart, her son designed the animals. Her son helped her design the polar bear and there's a little beaver here, and he helped her design those animals. I thought that was really kind of special. So here's the floss palette. It's a biggie. So lots of beautiful colors to work with. But of course, this would, as you can tell, stunning in DMC. It's a wonderful, wonderful chart. So if you, and I know that it's widely available now as well. I think Leila released it yeah, it's a new release, 2025. So just a really wonderful chart. I'm excited to stitch this border around here. Yeah, can't wait. So that was really what really I just couldn't stop. It was a little, just one more stitch, because just a few stitches and all of a sudden you have little trees, and just a few more stitches and the skater's wearing pants. So really fun, really, really fun. Okay, so the other thing, I didn't get to put any more stitches in, but I had a new start on Friday night. I hosted a Stitch With Me over on our Patreon channel, and I started the crow's feet stitching. Whoops, I'm dropping things here. Crow's feet stitching, May B. Thompson's Christmas 1878. And I believe, yeah, it's a design inspired by a sampler. So this, Ruthie always does such a great job in her charts, giving sort of the historical detail of the design. So you can see on the back here, this is the original sampler right there. So there's May B. Thompson, 1878. And so Ruthie has taken the floral vase motif here and May's name, and she's used the font from the alphabet to create an entirely original design here. I mean, original using the motifs from the sampler. So it's based on this original sampler, which I think is really quite special. So it's this little design. It's not going to be very big. It's really, really charming. And Ruthie, Crow's Feet Stitching, designed these two. There's two charts, this one, and there's another one, Santa and Rudolph, and Carrie's stitching that one. And that one is also designed using Carrie's fabrics and threads. So she released these a year ago, and we don't have a shop model yet. So it's overdue that we have these stitches on the go, since they are using our materials. Ruthie did the original pillow on 28 count biscuit and 2 strands of floss. So in order to change it up so that it's a little bit different than her original model, and of course the floss is core collection flosses, but also she does provide a DMC conversion as well. As you can see, I got the teeniest little start. There's mine. And mine is on 40 count biscuit, and I can see in the camera it's showing you a little lighter than it is in real life. My fabric is probably about 5 shades slightly deeper in color. Now, I never know. When I go to edit this later, sometimes the color changes again and it actually looks closer to what it really is. But at the moment, what I'm seeing, it's quite washed out, and I'm not sure I'd be able to get you the real color. Anyway, this is all I have done. This is all I have done. So my plan, I'm staying late at work tonight because I'm picking Nicholas up from something that he's attending this evening. So I am staying here until he is finished, and then I'm picking him and a couple of his friends up and then driving them home. So even though it's already almost 7 o'clock, I still have at least another hour and a half. And so I'm going to spend that time, and I'm going to put some more stitches in, see what I can do. So before I leave the office tonight, before I say goodnight, from here, because I might record a little bit more at home tonight, because I have a funny feeling that John and Nicholas may have put up the Christmas tree. Probably not decorated, but I suspect the tree is in the stand and inside the house. So that's very exciting. So I'll show it to you if it is. But I'm going to spend the next hour and a half, and I'm going to put some more stitches in this. So I'll show you what I get up to. Okay, so I didn't have as much time as I'd hoped because Nicholas's plans changed. So I ended up picking him up about an hour and 15 minutes earlier than was originally planned. So didn't have as much time. However, I still got a few threads in. So maybe Christmas, maybe Thompson's Christmas. I didn't show you the floss pack before. Look at those colors. Very, very Christmassy, very holiday. And I got the first letter M. I got the first letter in, and three more berries. So that color is closer. That color is closer to true. And there are 11 berries before the center, and then 11 more on the other side. So as you can see, it's not going to be huge. But isn't it pretty? It's so delicate and pretty. Yeah, I love it. So I'm going to put a few more threads in this tonight, and then I'm going to knit a row on Sarah's Afghan, and then, well, I've made a very, very poor choice this evening. I know, I'm gonna regret this later, but I was really tired when I got home, and you know, I don't want to go to bed at 8:30, 9 o'clock at night. So I made a little coffee. So, well, you'll find out tomorrow whether or not this was a terrible idea, which, let's face it, it probably was, but it's okay. You only live once. So our Christmas tree is up. John and Nicholas did put it up. They've got the lights on. And so we'll let it sit for a few days until maybe this weekend, and then Nicholas and I will decorate it. So that's fun. It is, I know, Aura, I think you commented that it looked like we weren't cutting it off at the bottom, and no, we weren't, because it was like a 15-foot tree. And it is still, she hears me talking to you, so she's wondering what's going on. All of the trees, most of the trees at this particular place where we go are a little on the overgrown side. Yes, she's letting it be known. The section where we were supposed to be cutting, many of the trees there were totally overgrown, or they were tiny. So we just, you know, you do your best and pick one that you like and cut it off where you want it. It was a little bit like you could envision like a Griswold family Christmas tree coming home. So it was kind of fun. So it's, for us, it's a perfect tree. We'll get it decorated later, and the house smells so good. There's nothing quite like that real tree fresh smell. So on that note, have a great night, have a great day, have a great afternoon, morning, wherever you are in the world. I hope that you're enjoying your stitching. I hope that you have some other crafty goodness to enjoy, and I'll see you tomorrow. Take care.